Today's episode, we're going to talk about our expectations for the future of VR, plus what would convince us to buy a setup in the first place. We also get into this whole game of chicken involving Microsoft and Sony releasing prices and console dates. The new console wars have already begun before anyone threw the first strike. This is the Drunken Guardian podcast. I try my best to choose a cocktail that tastes dramatically different from the last. I love trying new liqueurs and changing flavors up so that nothing is the same. Today we try that with a cocktail called the Yellowbird using Galliano herbal liqueur. Galliano itself has some anise, or as some would say, licorice flavors, some mint, and of course herbal flavors. Adding along some rum may give it a bit more of a grassy, molasses, or sweet flavor, so it's not just some strong pungent flavors overtaking the cocktail. Depends on the rum that you use. Some use a mix of both white and dark rum, your choice, but usually the recipe will call just for some plain white rum. Here's the Yellowbird. You're going to grab 1.5 ounce of your choice white rum, 1/2 ounce of your Galliano, 1/2 ounce of triple sec, 1/2 ounce of lime juice. You're going to shake and strain into your choice of cocktail glass, and you're going to use an orange slice and cherry skewer as your garnish. Enjoy. Hey guys, and welcome back to the show. Welcome Jay Biggs and Randy to the show again. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hello.
So today's topic, we have two of them today, and one of them, we were talking about VR last episode and a couple of things that we wanted to play and the impressions we got on it. Because Randy, you were saying, I think you hadn't played VR yet, have you? Because I haven't.
No.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of VR so far, like with things coming out? Do you see it doing anything in the future? Do you see it getting any better? Do you think it's getting stale, nothing's really going on with it? What are your opinions about all of it, like Oculus Rift, the PSVR? Xbox is not really doing anything with VR yet. So Jay, what about you?
Me, I feel like it's doing okay. They're still popping games out here and there. It's just, from what I see, it's kind of not like how it was when it first started. They were literally throwing games left and right at VR headsets. Now we're just getting like VR add-ons for games, like
fucking Tekken.
Yeah, well, the Tekken Bowl.
Yeah, Tekken's got like a first-person thing now.
Yeah, you can do the I think you can do the Tekken Bowl. Or you can just literally fight in VR. I haven't tried that at all.
Huh.
Yeah, that one's weird. I was like, do I want to see that? I'm not sure. Do I want to get beat up by Jin in first person?
Get suplexed by King and then just like the unstoppable chain itself.
Oh my
I feel like that would be the moment I'll throw up in VR. Just that one moment.
Yeah, Randy, so for you who haven't played anything yet, like, do you look forward to it at all? Would you give it a try at some point? Is there a game out there, or are you gonna wait out till the VR gets better or something when you decide to get some?
Honestly, it is improving still. I personally am I'm pretty anxious if it comes to stuff like that. I don't know how I would like react to it or anything, but no, as Jay said, like they're not bringing out so many games as they did before, but I feel like they're trying to flesh them out a bit more, if anything, because before it was just like a bunch of random ass shit that they would throw out, like trashware. Kind of not necessarily trashware, but almost like small benchmarks, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Of kind of just like, oh, let's see what we could do with VR for now, and each one kept on trying to push it. But what did kind of like really change it, not just like hardware wise, but also like game wise, was Boneworks and the Index from Valve.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one's supposed to be like way more articulated, like where you actually have like pretty much like finger joints and shit with the control. And Boneworks, it's really like extremely physics based. So it's supposed to be like, from what I've heard in reviews and stuff, like it feels like you're more in it than you really are. If that makes any sense.
So is that what kind of gets you a little bit more on the VR stuff? Is more the articulation with
yeah, because it's more it's way more immersive. There we go. That's the word I was trying to fucking look for. I was like, what is this? Like, I know what it is, but yeah, no, like the whole immersion thing with it, it's definitely ramping up. Like Half-Life Alyx, that one, it has so much stuff that you could do in it, as opposed to kind of older things, like what Wilson's Heart, I think, is one of them. Wilson's, if anything,
Heart.
Yeah, it's a horror game. In a sense, it's very campy and such.
That sounds so familiar. Yeah,
but in that, like, it was still very static. Like, you didn't exactly have a lot of movement in it, but you would kind of jump from point to point.
Okay.
Oh, they didn't have the locomotion.
Yeah, like they had a bunch of different mechanics for the VR and like all that kind of AR shit, but just not enough stuff in the game that would make you feel like you're in it.
So I guess like Half-Life Alyx had that whole you could choose between the two. Like you can just point and click to where you want to go, or you can walk.
Yeah,
kind of thing. I chose walking.
Yeah, that's what gets me with the VR thing. Like, I'm excited for VR, or the future of VR anyways. I don't get too excited about how VR is now because I still feel like it's gimmicky. I get excited about the games, that's for sure. Like, there are a handful of games that I would try to play, such as Half-Life Alyx and some other stuff, or like I mentioned in the last episode, Iron Man. But I still feel like I want to be more immersed before I want to give it a try, especially because how expensive VR systems are. Like, if they were cheaper, then I would have jumped in a long time ago if they were much cheaper. But for the prices that they are now, I would wait until like I'm damn near in the fucking Matrix before I'd actually want to buy one. Because, I want to be able to walk and feel like I'm walking. I want to be able to, like you said, with the index, I want to be able to like hold and grip everything properly. Not just like press a button on my controller. I want to be able to use like gloves, for example, or something like that. Maybe put some boot sensors or something to like mimic the walking thing. Like, and I know it's expensive technology. That's a lot of stuff there. So I'm asking for too much, but that's more of what I'm looking for before I get sold on a thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like it does definitely need like accessories and stuff. Like, what was it? A while back, wasn't there like a vest that kind of like for FPSs and shit?
You could feel like a hit, I think it was.
The haptic feedback hits.
Yeah.
There's one
it's
company.
A lot.
I don't even know how much it costs. It must have been expensive, right?
Though, yeah, since it's still in prototype, like it's kind of hard to get one of those. They don't make a lot of them. There's this one company. They have it's like VR shoes, and it has wheels under it. You can strap it on.
No
to like
way.
You can strap them onto any shoe or whatever, and I'm guessing I think it's Bluetooth, of course, and so like you can actually slide your foot on like on the rug or whatever, and your character starts to walk.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I actually follow them on Instagram just to like see how that is.
I wonder, were there like roller skates or something though? You don't want to slip and like crack your head
go right into the wall of the TV.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. They sell they sell a chair with it too, with the like the proper rug for it as well. Like you can get the whole package if you want.
There was this it was kind of like a shit post that we saw of like Call of Duty in VR, and this person was like inside this
like the VR treadmill,
right? Yeah. So like they were running to actually move and like walking and such.
Wait, like a what?
Like a treadmill.
Oh yeah. See, that was exactly what I was gonna say. So we were gonna say the same thing. Like I remember watching Ready Player One, and they had those in the movie. So like I that's how I pictured VR would be when it comes to movement. Is like you'd be on like this 360 degree like walk or run in any way like treadmill thing, and of course. We're still asking for something that'll probably be built super expensive, but it's the best way for you to like feel like you're actually running around and stuff.
But I know the omnidirectional one, those are definitely probably like super expensive.
No, of course, and it's like really think about it because the index is like almost 800, 900.
Yeah,
That
well,
bit's
yeah, it's
pricey.
almost $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that, and then let's say you get the vest, then you get the treadmill, or if not
The skeet boots.
little VR, the VR hover shoes. And what else would there be? That would be
That's
about
about
it
it.
for now, right?
Yeah, you don't need any
But,
more.
what about shin guards? You know?
Yeah, because you're gonna hit your shin in a lot of shit when you're running around the place. But then, like, also, I could see them in the future selling peripherals, like not just pieces for your body, but like, for example, guns. Like, I'm picturing
Like the
attachments.
zappers.
Yeah, like zappers, basically. Like just something super cheap and light and plastic, just so you could get the feel that you're holding a rifle or a pistol or a knife or something. Because I'm thinking Call of Duty right now, but things like that. For example, I remember I played Killzone 2 with the PS3, and
remember that.
I fell into the gimmick of getting the wands, so I can like be more realistic with the movement of the gun and everything like that. And I bought the plastic gun, the holder thing with so you could put the wands inside, so it's like you're holding an actual gun the entire game. And it felt gimmicky as hell, but it felt more real, I guess.
More immersive.
More immersive. But the system itself didn't work that well because the whole motion detection thing was still a lot to be worked on.
Yeah.
But the feel of it at least was cool because you felt the weight, you felt the shape, you could hit the triggers as if you're shooting an actual auto rifle and stuff. It was just pretty interesting. Those are the kind of things that I hope for.
Yeah, and even then, like for I guess kind of like the perfect VR experience, it would be so much like all these developers that would have to honestly like come together. Like perfect examples. There's Pavlov, which is a like kind of I wouldn't say military simulator, but it's like a shooting game for VR. That one has good gunplay. In Boneworks, the gunplay was good, but the like physics of the weapons, like the melee weapons, was really wonky. But then in the Walking Dead VR game, the melee physics were great, but the guns were weird. So you see how it's just like everything is just kind of a puzzle, if anything.
Just gotta put all the right pieces together.
It'd be hard to do that. I mean, if you for the developers themselves, it'd be hard to find something that works for everybody because that restricts certain game developers for making the game that they would want to make, however bad.
Yeah, and then it's not going to be like a giant homunculus of a developer of just like pieces and shit.
Yeah, but I could see them collaborating when it comes to the equipment. For example, the guns and whatever else, bow and arrows. I'm just throwing shit out there. Nerf guns, for that matter. Like they could just be freaking cheap ass. I mean, if you could have 50,000 models of Guitar Hero and Rock Band peripherals, like you could come up with stuff for VR and have it all be universal, so anybody could buy any piece and it'll still work for your game.
Yeah, and honestly, thinking about that, like Nerf guns are kind of chunky. Like they have weight to them. Not all of them, obviously, but it's like if they could do that for kids, why can't they do that for for big kids?
Yeah, you don't even have to buy any ammo.
Some of the VR headsets are like insane with the setup. Like you need a full room for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is that how much space you need. Like not everyone has like 500 free feet of, or sorry, exaggerating, but like 50 free feet of space. You'd have to move a lot of stuff around every single time you want to play. That was another reason why things restricted me, because living in New York, and you guys know this, and apartments can be small, and not everyone has that luxury.
Yeah, that's honestly why I settled for the Quest for now, because I'm like, I don't have the space to set up 4 cameras in my room with the stand somewhere else. Where like no,
for the body tracking.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Quest. Let me see how it is. I do like it. It is good. They just really need to step their game up on the store since it is new, and like, they have to make the games for the Quest as well, because all the other ones are hooked up to the PC. Like they're wired. You're tethered to your PC with it.
Oh, you mean like some stuff that are compatible for the Quest, like so that way you can actually be wireless. Yeah.
Oh, like so the Quest itself is wireless, but the games don't work that way?
Yeah.
No. The games are 100% wireless on the Quest. Like the
But
other
if they're
VR
made for the
headsets.
Quest, right?
Yeah, if they're made for the Quest, they're 100%. You can
Right.
also do what I do to play a Half-Life Alyx off of my PC. I play it through the virtual desktop, and I had to do a whole setup for it. So I activate the virtual desktop on my Quest. I go in the living room, I set up the barrier for it, and then pretty much Half-Life Alyx is playing on my PC while it's also streaming to my headset.
Oh, that sounds like a hassle.
Yeah, but it works though.
Huh.
I had to upgrade my PC for it though, but it was worth it.
So you had to upgrade your PC, and you had to. Well, I mean, I know you didn't buy a Quest for Alyx, but like, so you basically had to do all that stuff just so you can play Half-Life.
But the upgrade it was much needed. I needed it though, because honestly, the only thing I needed to upgrade was my graphics card, because playing it from the video card was not it. It wasn't going to work.
Gotcha. I'm hoping. I'm also trying to wait it out, because I'm hoping, and there are rumors about it, but nothing confirmed, that Alyx would be coming out for consoles at some point. So at least I don't have to like get a VR system, so I can play the game.
That would be good.
Yeah. And if Alyx is coming out for console, I have so much hope now for Half-Life 3.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't make Half-Life 3 just solely VR. It might be an option to do it, but I don't think it would just be like Alyx. Because Alyx seemed like a very, how to put it, they didn't make a new physics engine, did they? It's still Source, right? Because I think they're making a Source too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but no, fucking.
I mean, I don't mind that, but I don't want to wait 15 years for Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Well, I already did, but you know what I mean?
15 more years.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Is Source 2 the one that's out now already?
Source 2's been out.
Oh, okay. No, Source 3's never coming out. Was Valve? Hell no.
So they're not working on Source 3.
They're allergic to number 3, honestly. So
they don't like threequels.
Nope. Portal 3? Nah.
Oh man, yeah, no
Team
Portal
Fortress
3 either.
Nah.
Oh man, that is a good point.
Half-Life 3, Half-Life Alyx.
God, I mean, a lot of movie trilogies, a lot of them end up being really bad. Maybe they think it's just bad luck making a third game.
So you just don't work on it at all.
They just ignore it for 15 years. And wait till everybody forgets, and then they'll do something. I always pictured like the reason why they never did a Half-Life 3 was because they wrote themselves into a corner on what to do with G-Man. Like nobody knew what G-Man was, and I don't think they knew either. So they kind of just like, fuck, what do we do now?
Yeah. You haven't seen anything on Half-Life Alyx, have you?
Me, no.
I don't want to like drop any spoilers. Okay, cool. So never mind.
So they talk about G-Man. I know G-Man.
Well, no, G-Man's in like every single game.
Yeah, I know G-Man was involved, and he had woken up Alyx because there was a secret weapon that he needed her to get, and I'm assuming that's the glove, but I could be wrong.
That
glove.
Yeah.
That gravity glove.
Yeah, that gravity glove. I think that's what he wanted her to get. I don't.
The Russells.
You get that from Russell in the beginning.
I don't know.
He made those himself.
And then another theory was like, oh, the weapon that he wanted her to get at the end was Gordon, because she's special in some sort of way too. Like she's connected to something somehow. Because they made a lot of, in Half-Life 2 and the episodes, they kind of hinted at like she's important in some sort of way as well.
Yeah,
but don't ruin it for me.
Oh yeah, nah, I don't do spoilers.
I'm just playing my glass of water. That's it.
Except for Ghost of Tsushima. That was by that damn horse.
All right. So aside from all the VR talk, our other topic we got today is big time console wars this year. We've got a game of chicken that's going on right now, basically. With who? Yeah, I like never have I ever seen like two consoles like act like children. Like they're just waiting for each other to one up each other. With either the price or the release date. Now, with the release date, some recent news came about this week was that the theory. Well, sorry, let me backtrack a bit. Xbox has already confirmed that it's coming out in November. but they never set a date. So what happened is there's a leak recently of the warranty for the controller. And the warranty for the controller says November 6th, 2021. So that means a year from November 6th is November 6th, 2020. So that is the theory, is that that's the exact date it's going to come out. Now, with that going on, they haven't confirmed it. Still no price point, because if Xbox is going to release a price point, PlayStation is going to try to either sell it for the same price or undercut them. So how do you guys think this whole thing is going about right now? Like, the craziness that we're 2 months away from possibly 2 systems coming out and we know nothing.
This shit's insane, because I'm literally just sitting here just freaking twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, all right, guys, my wallet's ready, please. Like, okay, just the release date. I don't care about the price. Just release date real quick, and then tell me the price. Like, just don't even put the release date on the website. Like, here, you can pre-order it, and then just take out the money from my bank account. I don't care.
So you just want to get it over with, basically, regardless of what the outcome is.
Yeah, because at this point, they're not even messing with themselves. They're messing with us now. Because it's like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Like, we get, oh, hit my mic, always. We get barely any news sometimes, and then we'll get a week of both consoles just going at each other with news. Mm-hmm. And then it's silence for like another 2 weeks, and then we get another update like, oh, we're going to have another show 2 weeks down the line, but it's not the release date or the prices. Got you there. You're going to have to wait. And then I'm like, come on, like, just something, just anything. Just give us just a 1 digit or something. Let us speculate, because having us just sit here and wait. And then,
there's a 9 in the number somewhere.
Exactly.
The end.
Like, I'm fine with that. Just give me some hope. Because at this point now, it's kind of like, no matter who does what, somebody's going to come out. Somebody's going to look like the bad guy or the loser, regardless of what it is.
Yeah. PlayStation's kind of getting that right now because of the whole Marvel Avengers thing and having Spider-Man as a console exclusive. And then, of course, like the whole Miles Morales thing that we talked about as well. Excuse me. So, like, I don't know. They're getting a bad rap, I think, for exclusivity reasons. But I don't know how they could how either one of them could screw anything up other than them screwing with us, because they're leaving everything to the last minute. Because like, if one console finally tells us a price, the other console is either going to match that or make it less, making, maybe them more of a winner than the other. I'm hoping that they don't do something stupid and let's say for example, let's say like the Xbox, they reveal that the console costs, they want to sell the console for $500. They want to, but they know that PlayStation is gonna either sell it for $500 as well, or maybe even less. So what Xbox does is say, no, we're gonna sell it for $700, and then wait for PlayStation to show up and be like, okay, we're gonna sell it for $600, and then Xbox shows up and says, psych, we're selling it for $500. Like some espionage shit, or like some like political like things you see in CNN, and like the government is shit like that. Like they're just playing with each other just so they can get the upper hand and stuff. Like, I can see that happening, but like you said, Jay, like, you're right. Like, it's affecting us now at this point. Like, when is it gonna stop?
Shit's bananas.
Randy, what do you think? Like, are you? What's your opinion about the whole thing? And do you still gonna get something, even if they
of course,
release it at the last minute?
Like he says, like, they are fucking with the all of us, the customers and such, but I don't know, like, it's kind of like their own thing. If they want to make an ass out of themselves, by all means, go ahead. I'm still gonna get my product at the end of the day, so do your thing. Basically, I'm like Nintendo, just sitting on the sidelines, not doing a damn thing about it.
I think you're more useful than Nintendo, though. Just saying.
Oh, that's nice. All right, there we go. But yeah, no, something's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna try to undercut somebody, and like I said in the prior one, like, it's just a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
pretty
wants to
much
have
what it is.
the nicer one, the prettier one, the bigger one, and it's like, no, just do what you got to do. We're all gonna fall for it regardless.
Yeah.
But either way, whatever the prices are, we're still gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm with Jay. Like, I'm ready. I don't care how much. I don't care the date. I just want to know when I can pre-order and put all my money down, because I've already put down money aside for both consoles. I put aside a little more than $1,000 just so I can get both. So I'm ready. Like, I'm just waiting.
I feel like console wars stopped being fun around like when the GameCube, that generation.
Nah, PS3 and 360, they were going at it.
Oh no,
at it for a while, yeah.
they've always been going at it, but it's like it lost its appeal after that. Like before, it was like, oh, there's 3 competitors. Now it's just who, like, again, a game of chicken. That's it. Just 2 people going at it.
Well, the funny thing is that I think the console war thing is unimportant for us. Like, we don't care so much anymore, because we're most likely going to we're already either sold on one of the products specifically, or we're going to get both anyways.
Yeah,
At some point, we're gonna get both.
As adults, like, you know, I'm not going to say everyone has that kind of money, but, like, you know, you're figuring out which ones you want, and then eventually you get the other one, or whatever it may be. Like, you figure something out. For the fanboy type of thing, who's just stuck with that one console, like, I can see them being a little bit more conflicted on that stuff.
it's like the olden days, the old console ways, the old generations.
Yeah,
Everybody used to just be like, oh no, I'm gonna get this one and that's it, and like, because this is my, like, yeah, you can get your preferred thing. It's like, it's no problem, but don't get mad.
exactly. Don't get mad afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, if that was your choice, that was your choice. That's you.
I left a video on Instagram talking about that. I had mentioned, because, like I said before, people were mad about the whole Marvel's Avengers thing. We got Spider-Man exclusive to PS4 now, and people were catching a fit. Like, people were mad that, like, oh, how come we don't? You know, Xbox doesn't get to do it. And I'm thinking
Just
to myself,
one fucking character. Like, what?
I'm thinking to myself, it's one character. It's not a big deal. You have to understand that Sony owns them right now, and so does Insomniac. Like,
Yeah.
they're the ones they're the ones who have the property. If Sony wants to use what they own, why not? And it's more of an incentive to buy the PS4 or even the PS5. The other thing is that if you're a fanboy of the Xbox, then just be proud you got an Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, that's your choice. Just, it's set, and you could just leave it at that. There's no reason for you to catch a fit because somebody else has an exclusive right.
To one goddamn character.
Exactly. Can we just talk about the Hellblade in the room? They took a whole game. They took a whole game. Like,
God.
remember how Senua's Hellblade?
Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Xbox has that whole game. They literally just bought the company and was like, nah, you're making this game for us now.
Wait, Senua is only for Xbox?
Yeah, the sequel?
I did not know that.
I haven't seen, unless they changed it soon, I haven't seen anything on this game coming out for PlayStation yet.
I need to look this up. Hold on.
You know what? I think we might have
Built
made
for the
an
new
E3.
Xbox Series X. I did not know that.
Yep. They literally were like, oh, so that's why, like, every time I hear people complain about Spider-Man being on this game and only on PlayStation, I'm like, Hellblade.
You took that from PS4. Like, you
Literally
stole that for the PS
grabbed that.
fanboys.
Yeah, just threw your wallet at this company. I get it. They were independent. They were doing their own thing. They had a small studio. I literally followed that game. I followed Hellblade 1 from the day it was shown off, like, to the end, and then to come out to see this. I wasn't even hyped when I saw Microsoft pull this off. I'm like, wow. So now you're forcing people's hand. If you want to complete the story, you got to play it. You have to buy the Xbox.
Yeah, see, so everyone has their perks. Everybody has their things. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of PlayStation players, a lot of PlayStation fanboys out there that want to play Halo. Yeah. And they don't, because they don't buy Xbox. They just buy the PlayStation. You know, and it's tough. Those are the decisions to make. That's why I cover my own bases, and I always get all the systems regardless. Like, if I go broke, I go broke. And, you know, it's an investment that lasts 5 to 10 years because, you know, they're always going to make games for these systems, exclusive or not. So, you know, I'm happy. I can understand how some people are getting upset. There's no reason to go crazy about it, but I understand that, you know, PlayStation owners now lost Senua, but I'm happy that I still be able to play it because I'll have both systems.
Yeah, like I'm still gonna get it. I was just like, I just hate that people were complaining about this game, about like Spider-Man, and people were also shit talking this game when it first came out, when it was just a PlayStation game. I'm like, you can't shit talk it and then be hyped for it when it comes out on your platform. That's so ass backwards.
Yeah.
That's the console worst.
It's the same thing for Death Stranding. Everybody who didn't play Death Stranding was shitting on it, calling it a walking sim, calling it a delivery sim. Meanwhile, this thing has positive reviews all over the place when it launched on Steam and other platforms on PC. I'm like, oh, so now it's a good game, right?
Now it's good. Yeah.
Because everybody wants the shit that they don't have, and then once they have it, they're like, yeah, awesome, whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure if they release a fucking Spider-Man as DLC for like the Xbox later on along the line, everyone's going to be hype about that. Oh, we're getting this. Okay. Big fucking deal.
So who do you guys think will win the console wars, huh?
Nintendo,
yeah. the silent killer.
Right.
Nintendo's doing pretty well.
Are they? Have they put their games out in secret? I hate when they do that because then you miss out on some good stuff.
Yeah, their marketing isn't great because they either tell you way too far in advance and then things end up getting delayed or canceled, or they tell you at the last minute. Like, there's no middle ground.
Shin Megami Tensei,
the new one.
Yeah, it took forever to come out. We only got 2 trailers, and then now we got the new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Paper Mario was the same way too. The new one that came out, like, you only had to wait like 2 months? Yeah, and then it was already out when they announced it. I've yet to play it, and I plan to, but it just happened all of a sudden. But they do well regardless because they stick to what they know. They're kind of quiet and kind of mind their own business. They're gonna do their own thing regardless. Their sales didn't do as well as the Wii yet, but the console is still fresh. It's still somewhat new, so they still got time.
Yeah,
what, the Switch.
Yeah, and Switch Lite came out. They're gonna come out with other models at some point in the future. So yeah.
I honestly, I feel like the Switch stagnated.
It got stagnant.
Yeah, personally, it started off strong with Breath of the Wild, but again, with the whole sticking to what they know, that is a very double-edged sword. Obviously, it's just Mario. Honestly, Mario, Pokemon, what the fuck else? Legend of Zelda. That's it. Like the 3 IPs that are for them.
They do have Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing actually is their highest seller now.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. But Breath of the Wild, funny fact is that Breath of the Wild has sold more copies than there are Nintendo Switches.
Huh?
People have bought more copies of Zelda than there are Nintendo Switches out there. So that means people have bought the game twice or more than it.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So people, you got people out there who like to buy unopened copies and just to have it on display.
I felt that.
yeah,
but
that too.
Yeah, no, like there's not too much going on for the Switch personally. Like, 'cause some of the games that they have on the store for it, it's just kind of weird shit, if anything, or just ports of old things. Like, they bought out, what was it, Skyrim for it?
Yeah.
Why? Just why?
It's like stop.
I think that's the thing with the Switch, though. Like, for the hardcore gamers like us, like, we tend to gravitate only towards the bigger name things, like the Zeldas and the Metroids and etc. But the casual gamers, they gravitate towards those little games, like those indie games and the cheaper stuff, especially for the kids. Like, the kid gets bored of one game. Hey, Ma, I want a new game, and they just have to pay like an extra $5-10 for something brand new, and they can just play for a couple hours until they get bored and move on to the next. Like, they're pretty cheap games out there. Like, some stuff you can get for $1.
That's true. Yeah, on this store, it's insane. Like, their deals are good. Their deals are pretty decent.
Yeah, but yeah, Switch. They, I don't want to say they only cater to the casual, but the hardcore have their games as well. They're just not they don't come out as often because number one, they're definitely more quality, and because of the quality, they take longer for them to come out. You know, freaking Metroid, I think, was supposed to come out a couple years ago, and they delayed. They completely scrapped the whole thing. I think they ended up getting.
Yeah.
They ended up getting new developers, didn't they? They moved on to somebody else, and then they started from scratch again.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's exciting. Because I saw the announcement, and then when it got scrapped, I was like, well, fuck that. I couldn't care less.
They started from scratch again. I think it was new developers. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
But then also what you had mentioned, sorry to cut you off, Jason, just the whole thing about quality in of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the release of Doom for the Switch. I'm pretty sure we could all agree that it doesn't seem as nice as it would on like, you know, PlayStation or the Xbox.
No, definitely
Crisis 3.
Crisis.
Okay, can your Switch run Crisis?
Man, my PC back then couldn't run Crisis.
Actually, what were you going to say, Jay? Before I cut you off, sorry.
Oh, I actually had a dream about Metroid coming out. Like there was an announcement for it, and I was like, I woke up, searched online, it wasn't true. I was like, God damn it!
It's not like your VR dream when you ended up buying
exactly.
Or like, what was it? 2 nights ago, I actually had a dream that Steinway had changed, and there was a record shop there, and I had purchased this like really insane limited edition Wu-Tang Clan record, and I didn't have it, and I was like, fuck. And now I gotta go through a discography to see which one it was, because I want it.
So
language, Jason.
so with the new systems coming out and stuff, like is there anything that you would gravitate towards first to purchase because of maybe exclusivity or something?
Console wise or game wise?
Console wise. Well, console wise because of the games.
Okay.
PlayStation, because they have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been day one PlayStation, so I'm obviously gonna get my PlayStation first. If they honestly come out the same week, then
both.
Oops.
Yeah, my money's going to the air. That's it. Yeah. But
the PlayStation's still first.
PlayStation's first and foremost, just because like I know the games they have on there, and I know I know the devs that they have under their belt. So I'm like, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm working towards. I know what I'm looking forward to for this stuff. Like, what else? What do we have? Godfall is coming out.
Oh yeah.
We have that. This is other game that just came. That's coming out soon. It's coming out on PlayStation as well. Can't remember the name of it. They showed it off. But yeah, I love Sony's exclusives. They always have like some of the best exclusivities.
Yeah, I remember when the console war for the PS4 and Xbox One was going on. Microsoft was trying to hype themselves up or hype up, the rest of the people, that they're coming out with more exclusives. Their exclusives are coming. They're coming. I swear they're coming. We're working on something. You're going to be happy with what we see. And we got Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
So
the Terry Crews'
that failed.
Skins of Fame.
Yeah. So like Xbox doesn't have the best track record for exclusivity. And even if they had anything exclusive, it was always timed exclusives.
Yeah.
So like they had something good for like a year, and then eventually it came out for the PS4. The only exclusive stuff that I could think of that's worth getting an Xbox is either Gears of War, which I don't think it's exclusive anymore, is it?
It's on. Yeah, you can get it on PC.
Yeah, so there you go. So you had Gears of War, and then there's Halo, but Halo eventually is going to be out for PC as well.
Yeah, you can already pre-order it on Steam. Yeah.
Oh, see, so they don't.
That's nice.
I mean, I understand that Microsoft. So yeah, Microsoft owns the PC stuff as well, but like that's not exclusivity to me.
Yeah, because you honestly shoot yourself in the foot at that point, because it's like, why should I get your console?
Exactly, I could just get
all
it for
of your
PC.
games are on my PC now.
Yeah, you don't have to buy a whole whatever the price is console for that.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier. It's like, I'm just gonna buy the game, and if anything, like my PC's already upgraded, or if not, it's upgraded by a bit.
Yeah, I mean PS5. I think I was listening to another podcast, and they had mentioned they already released about 80 something games for the PS5 coming out. Now, obviously, not all of them are exclusive, but that's 80 something games you could pick out from already.
And even then, like some of the games are, well, the majority of them should be backwards compatible.
Yeah,
from like the P4.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and to answer the question of which one I would get, the like I was already kind of sold on the PS5. Thanks to Jason over here that got me to the PS4. But what really had sold me was that most of the peripherals that are for the P4 will be compatible with the P5 as well. Meaning, like the fight sticks that I have, like for obviously fighting games and such, like I could use those on the next console. And with that, I'm like, oh, awesome, like cool, because I had a worry of like, oh, well, what if I have to buy?
There is a catch, though. You know what the catch is, though, right?
Throw it.
No, that it's so that your peripherals are compatible with the PS5, but only for PS4 games.
Oh yeah, no, fucking that's fine. That's the thing. Like I'm pretty sure like KOF and Street Fighter 5 and shit are still going to be available on the P5 if anything.
Yeah.
So that's totally okay.
Cool.
If I have to get one for like P5 games, and when the time comes, I'll get to that. But for now, it's still available.
Yeah. It'll still be an investment because PS5 is brand new. It'll be out for the next 5 to 10 years or something before the next generation shows up. Mm-hmm. Speaking of next generation after this, like
PlayStation 6,
PlayStation 27. What do you guys think of digital going all in next generation?
No.
Yeah.
No. I love the option. I love the fact that the PlayStation 5 has the option of like the one with the disc or the one like solely digital. Yeah. But the disc for like nostalgia's sake, but also because it feels safer.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Because if you lose your account, that's it.
You're fucked. Kind of like me when my shit got compromised.
Oh, so
I was dreading that for my PS4. Yeah, just recently actually, like last month, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like 7 a.m, and like I got a text from the bank that was like, "Hey, there's some suspicious activity on your card," and it turns out that like someone had gotten to my account and started to purchase a bunch of shit with my card.
Wow.
Yeah. Immediately they changed the email for it, the password. They made they deactivated my PlayStation as the primary, made theirs the primary. Absolute fucking mess. But while I was getting it resolved, like I was more pissed at the fact that if this shit wasn't going to get fixed, every single game that I had purchased was going to go down the drain, with the exception of Final Fantasy 12, 14, Blaze Blue, and Killing Floor 2. That's it. Like the only 4 games that I have physically, because everything else is digital. Yeah, and it's not like I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy the base version of such. Like, no, it's fucking whatever deluxe version there was with all the DLC. If not, I would have the DLC purchased afterwards. So it's just a lot to spend again,
What's funny is part of that argument, which I completely agree with you about it. Like I love digital. I love the convenience of digital, and I would get digital for certain games, but it is much safer the way you explained it. But also because there's an argument that you're not actually buying the game when it's digital. You're just buying the rights to play the game. You're buying a license. So that license could always be revoked at some point for some reason, for some crazy reason, whatever that might be. Like if Monster Hunter World, decided that they're gonna pull everything off, you can never play that game again. They want to shut down everything. They like you're stuck with a game that you can't play.
True.
And of course, there's a lot of other crazy laws and stuff like that. That like there's these loopholes and things. But the gist of it is that you don't own Monster Hunter. You just bought time for them to allow you to play their game. Whereas a physical copy, you bought a physical copy. It is yours. You can trade it. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want with it, because you bought it. Now, what I like about physical copies. Not so much, to keep it around, because my thing is that I will buy a physical game if I know I won't be playing it that much again. So like once I beat the story mode, or when I know I'll get tired of it, I can just trade it in. Versus a digital, which is just like, okay, I know I'm going to play this game a lot. Yeah, which, for example, Destiny, for example, Monster Hunter, for example, Remnant. I bought those games digital, because I know I'm going to get back to them again. And I'm glad I did, because, I deleted Monster Hunter. I hadn't played for like a good maybe 5 months or something. And I just re-downloaded it again. Now I could just play it like as if nothing ever happened. So no one digital. So you wouldn't want an all digital system in the next 10 years.
No, honestly, they should just give us the option. Like, again, with the PS5, if you want the disc, yes. If you want it just digital, yes. It's your choice. You can do whichever it is. I would just personally go with the one that has a disc drive in it.
Yeah. I also wouldn't want to buy a collector's edition of a game with like a digital code in the box instead of like a physical case.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
then there's that too.
I'm there for the statue and all that shit too, but I would not just want to buy an empty box essentially with a statue in it. It's like, oh, here's your flimsy paper with a code on it.
So a physical copy and a digital
collector is like, oh my god.
So you're saying like if you bought a special edition, you would get a physical copy and a digital copy?
Oh, yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Huh?
No. That's what I'm asking. Is that what you're explaining? That
No. Like, so if I bought a collector's edition, like I have the statue for Aloy for Horizon. So say if we had an all digital PS4 already, and I bought Horizon, I wouldn't want to just buy the Horizon collector's edition with the statue and just a code to tell you to download the game. Like, I like having my steelbook case with the CD and all that stuff with it too.
Okay.
Not just an empty steelbook case with the paper.
Yeah. That's a trend that's going on right now too. Actually, is that people are the companies are selling
steelbook cases. Yeah,
they're selling special editions. Like they're selling the models and stuff like that without a game. Like period, no game. Like you can buy a special edition of something now with no game because there are people there who prefer digital. So you'll spend like, let's say for example, the normal price of a special edition is $130 with the game plus a freaking jacket and a book bag.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and just buy the jacket and the book bag special edition with no code, no physical copy of the game, and then use the rest of that money to actually buy the game however you'd like. Like that's something I've been seeing more often. It's a trend I feel like it's slowly going to pick up, especially for the next generation when they're trying to push more digital stuff.
That'd be so weird. I did see that too, but I didn't know they did it with the statues. I only saw the steelbook cases that they sold. Yeah, like I think a year or two back, if you had it digital, you could literally just buy the empty steelbook case.
Yeah, they're doing it with Destiny.
So weird.
I was really tempted with Destiny. They were doing it now because the new expansion comes out in November, and they have some physical stuff that I would have loved and I looked into, and I can actually buy it online on their store without the game.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I think it was Destiny who was one of them.
And then another reason, of course, is still to this point, not many people have the best internet connection to be downloading the games.
Yeah.
So even in the next 10 years, I don't see us, with flying cars. We're not going to have the fastest internet speeds everywhere in the United States, and even everywhere in Europe, everywhere. So they need to have an opportunity somehow too. So maybe in the next generation, they should still stick with, one digital version if you opt for that, or get the physical CD version with the CD drive in there.
Yeah, that was actually an argument that happened when people were speculating, when the rumors were going around that the Series X and PS5 were all digital. They were like, so what about the people who don't have good internet? And I'm like, guys, they're just rumors. Hold on. Don't kill nobody over it.
And the thing is, I was this is an example. This is an old example, but when I first bought my Xbox One, I literally bought the system a month before I was sent out on deployment in the military. And remember, the Xbox One required internet service.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning. So it was a pain in the ass trying to get any of my games to work while I was on deployment. Because obviously you're not going to have Wi-Fi in the middle of the ocean on a carrier. So there's half the things that I bought I couldn't buy. Anything else I couldn't, like, it's not like I could buy anything digital. So like this also, I mention this because there's also a huge following of military people who can't download and buy digital stuff out there in the middle of nowhere, whether it be Afghanistan, Iraq, a base somewhere in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of the water. Like they have to buy physical stuff. And for you to require internet connection for that is just no fun.
It was internet connection, and you needed to have your Connect plugged in.
Yep. Oh yeah, and the Connect. Yep, I remember having a Connect too. Fuck.
It was just
Never
there was so
used
much. Me either. Honestly, I think I only used it for D4.
D4?
Yeah, there's this one game. You can either play with controller or motion.
Yeah. Dark Dreams Don't Die or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't it like Suda 5-1?
Yeah, of course. Pseudo is good.
We got made No More Heroes.
Yeah, I love the. What was the assassin game that they made?
Dark Dreams Don't Die.
No, not that one.
No. That's what D4 was.
The assassin game.
So Killer 7.
Is that what it's called? Killer 7.
No.
Yes.
D4 is Dark Dreams Don't Die, and Killer 7 is the assassin game that you were talking about.
Yes.
Then they made like a sequel, prequel? Killer.
Ooh, I don't remember.
Didn't die. What the fuck was it? Hold on.
Isn't it Killer?
Yes.
Killer what?
Killer is dead.
Killer. I never heard of this. Really? It was a prequel.
Hold on, let me see. I don't remember if it's like a prequel or a sequel, but it's like it's in the universe. And it should came out in
Killer is
2013.
dead. I have this game physical, and I'm like, yeah.
Suda made that one too.
Yeah, he also made Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, that game was fun.
Fuck, hold on, there's another one. Oh,
the one with Garcia.
yes, with the boner, which is what his gun's name is.
Damn it. That was all by.
Shadows of the Damned.
Yes, that was all by these people.
I didn't know he made that one either.
Shadows of the Damned is a fucking mess. I'll tell you that one.
Yeah,
it's just like straight innuendos left and right.
Yeah, it's super 90s corny like action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Grindhouse, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Who's that guy that always wears the mask? And he made Nier, like Automata in the Nier games. Wears a mask, like even in public.
He wears one of the characters' mask. I forgot the character.
Yeah, the mascot, whatever their mascot is, was like a giant moon face or something.
Richie Rich, that little ghost kid.
Ghost?
No, like the character. I forgot what the hell his name was.
It's made by Platinum Games.
Love Platinum. My favorite.
Emil.
Emil is the character's name.
Emil. Yep. Yeah. Weird. Funny, but weird.
Yeah.
I actually haven't played that game.
You need to.
Automata?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely play that game.
How much is it right now?
I kicked myself in the ass for that game. So I bought the game for Xbox originally when it came out. And I played for maybe like 2-3 hours. And I was just like, this is not for me. I can't get into this. So I ended up trading it in really quick without thinking twice. And then like a couple weeks later, when people started beating the game, like it was getting crazy reviews. Like everyone was like, "What? This game's a mind
because of the
fuck."
multiple endings and shit.
Yeah, the multiple endings and stuff. So I was like, "This game's a mind fuck. You could play the game multiple times and you get something different and all this and that." And I was just like,
"There's multiple endings, and then also like the story continues after you beat the game the first time,
when you thought you beat
it in a different scenario."
Yeah. So I bought the game again in PS4, and then I eventually finished it. And I was like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I jumped the gun so quickly.
It's $40 right now. I might get it.
All right, guys. Well, that's everything for today. Thank you guys for joining me again. Jay, you got you guys streaming going on in Twitch right now. Where can they follow you?
Yeah, yep. You guys can follow me at twitch.tv/jbiggs with 2 G's 08.
08. And then Randy, you're one of the moderators, right? You'll be there too?
Yep, I'll be there under the name of Ragnarok. If I'm honestly there like almost every fucking stream. So
cool. All right, we'll see you there. Hopefully,
say hello.
Yes, hopefully I can join you guys too. And
hell yeah,
we'll see you soon on another episode, both of you.
Of course.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys.
Likewise, man.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of our podcast, The Drunken Guardian. Please check us out on our YouTube channel where you can like and subscribe all of our videos. We post all of our episodes on that as well. I'm working on some cocktail creations as well, so I can post on YouTube. You can check us out, as we talked about, with our Twitch channel. And you can also check out our Instagram, our Twitter, and our TikTok, so so you can hear more gaming news from us, anything that I want to talk about and make a discussion about. You guys can always leave comments and responses to me. I will try to respond back as much as I can. Send us an email, and you can also check out our website at thedrunkenguardian.com. We're going to be working on some game reviews being posted on there, as well as our cocktails and cocktail information in general. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next episode.